Shorty talks to me when she needs something, or when I hang out with the famous.
Hello, Princess. Yeah, so this was probably my favorite get at TFCon this year. I picked up a bunch of Iron Factory stuff, but my favorite one by far was Leadfoot. This guy ended up in my pocket. He came out to lunch with us. This was just such a fun figure, and even to this day, I ended up putting him in a little case, and he usually finds himself hanging off my belt now. I love this guy a lot. He's a lot of fun. His transformation's a bit of a pain, though. He's a redo of their Mirage, and he looks pretty good, and a nice, like, off yellow with some red details, beautiful blue, some gunmetal. It's a nice F1 racer that rolls really, really well, and that's because all the wheels are pinned and rubber. Ooh, rubber tires. Yeah, he has his little blaster up here, which it looks like it should be able to tab in another way, and maybe that's to go with the Mirage blaster, but he didn't come with Mirage's blaster. Instead, he came with a giant gold, like, wrapper. It was very weird. Super, super fun little guy. Nothing really to write home about in the vehicle mode. A lot of Iron Factory's modern vehicle modes are kind of just there to be like, yep, we are a transformer, thank you. It definitely does look like an F1 car. It even has venting on the back there. Pretty nice all the way around. So let's start transforming this guy. And he transforms kind of basically. You just want to unfurl the legs. He has what I've referred to as Iron Factory Brawl legs. And that's actually it for the legs. And then you just rotate this right there. And the part that gets complicated is this whole assembly up here is a complex order of operations. Kind of want to turn those like this, and then for the arms, there's these tabs right there that have tabbed in the arms, so you kind of just want to wiggle those free, and then slide them out and down on these struts. From there, we can untab these big arm panels, and fold out the arms and rotate them. Flip out the hand on both sides, and now we have, there he is, that's his robot mode. That's what he looks like. So back here, there's a bunch of stuff right here. So you're gonna take these panels, which already kind of did the thing, collapse them in. You wanna move this out of the way, and then take this part and bring it back, and take this part and bring it back as well. We'll come back to this too. So now here's where things get a little complicated and a little tight. We need this to go behind that. So we're going to rotate these around and wiggle them past the chest. And then the chest is going to rotate in front. You can see that it's on these two armatures. This is the part that freaks me out, is because this is really tight. I might grease this up at some point. Probably should have before this, because now you have one strut, these two struts, and then this strut that are all trying to move around and pass each other. And it's all really tight. And then there's also this double hinge right here that's also kind of tight. And this is a limited release Iron Factory, so it's one of those things where it's like, I don't want to mess this guy up. There we can kind of move this back, keep rotating the chest until this flat section is pretty much lined up with the chest. And then you want to kind of collapse it down like so. From here, we can move the wheels back, collapse, and then, no. And then, there we go. And then you just kind of push on the chest until it slots into place. And from here, we can move this part back down, flip up the canopy, and then bring these parts to the back. I will not be bested by an Iron Factory. And it's a good looking little bot mode. We can take the blaster, which can still store on the back if you really want to. You can have it kind of hang down back there. That's what that other tab is for. Yeah, you can just kind of have it hang on his back if you really want it to. But you can also take that same tab. There we go. Like that. There we go. Nice and fixed. Flip that out, and we can just slot it into his hand. And this has to be one of the cleanest Iron Factory bot modes that I have come across. And much like every third-party figure, you kind of want to handle it with a little bit more finesse than like an actual transformer. I have gone through and fixed up some of the joints. Like I said, I greased up his hips so that way they have some more motion. I need to grease up the swivels there because they are still pretty tight. And I also need to untighten these screws right here so that way these can get out of the way a little easier. But he does have some really good range of motion and everything comes together really, really well on him, like to the point where like I said, I got rid of my legacy one. This is such a fun figure, and I really, really do like it. It looks better in my opinion than the Mirage, and yeah, it's just a fantastic little figure. Getting him a little closer to the camera, you can see his wonderful head sculpt with a visor and a faceplate. You know me, I am a sucker for a man with a visor and a faceplate. Just looks absolutely stunning there. The blue on the shoulder pads, nice 93 ends up on the chest. No faux parts here. Everything is from the vehicle, which is really, really nice. I love the hip detailing. The legs look really good here. I love the way that the back folds up and the spoiler ends up as the toes. That's one of my favorite features of the Classics Mirage. Like, this does very much feel like a version of the Classics Mirage mold, which is pretty cool. On the back cleans up pretty well, and you can adjust this kibble right here kind of however you want. He has a flight stand port, which is also a weapon storage port, so if you want to put him up on a flight stand, you can. Everything locks in pretty well. The shoulders, as long as you compress the chest, the shoulders do go in the correct orientation. I found that out at lunch. So yeah, articulation, we're gonna go from the bottom up, which is something different. So he has ball joints at the toes, which that's kind of how a lot of Iron Factory guys work, is they have a toe tilt. And then he also has this joint right here to kind of get it out of the way. I'm pretty sure that's just for like vehicle spoiler mode, but still, it is there. He has a more than 90 knee, and if you really want to futz it, you could untab it and get a double jointed knee, but I don't think that that's intentional. And then he has a thigh swivel, ball joints at the hips, so they go forward that far. You can kind of push the knee forward to get more. They go back that far, out that far, so pretty good. Waist swivel can do a full 180. Shoulders are on a double barbell, so they can go up and down. Ball joint goes up that far, goes forward, rotates most 180, does get caught up on the wheels back there. He has a 90-degree elbow as well as a bicep swivel, and then nothing at the wrist. He does not have swappable hands just due to the way that the hands work. I believe Mirage is a slightly older Iron Factory release, and these are updated hands on the mold, so he just doesn't have the swappable hand function. And then he has a nice emotive ball joint at the head, which I need to tighten because oh, I can't tighten it. Yeah, his head likes to pop off whenever I'm transforming him. So a really fantastic little release from Iron Factory. I love the blaster. There is a spot right there for the Mirage gun, the shoulder blaster, that he does not have, which is fine. Although I was definitely like looking in the box for it. I was like, isn't he supposed to have this? But yeah, that's been a quick and short look at Iron Factory Leadfoot. Let me know what you guys thought. Let me know if you guys want more Iron Factory stuff, because I have a ton of these guys now. And with that said, don't forget to check out the Patreon and the Discord, links in the description, and I will see you guys in the next one. This has been Bots Obsession.